What's so funny?
It's just that joke you just said.
But I wasn't kidding.
Huh? Oh. Well, we're on.
Humor is a great way to reach people. Laughing is something we can all do when things feel just grim.
But like words, humor is also a generational thing. Different situations have caused us to cope in different ways. The issues that one generation faces and jokes about are certainly different from other generations.
Well, we're not here to tell you how to be a comedian because, let's face it, nobody can, or I'd be so rich. We do want to give you some guidance on what to look for when trying to incorporate humor in your communication.
If you're a little more experienced in life, you may not remember always having a television. You certainly didn't have the internet, so your humor was more likely to come from books, television shows, and movies that you were fortunate enough to see in those times. In the 1940s and 50s, comedy featured more slapstick, physical, and situational comedy. Who doesn't remember I Love Lucy? And yet shows like Lucy are still very popular today.
The 60s and 70s were the age of records, and you know what that meant, listening to entire routines of comedians talking about topical subjects. Bob Newhart, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, just to name a few. And as for television, I don't even have time to talk about Saturday Night Live.
Oh yeah, SNL! Sketch comedy was huge and still is. But as we marched towards growing up in the 80s and 90s, TVs started to become more commonplace in homes. They always talk about the golden age of television, but part of that was the rise of the sitcom. Three's Company, Everybody Loves Raymond, and of course, Friends.
Now, in the 21st century, you have all kinds of mediums. The internet made it easy for anyone to record, publish, and broadcast whatever comedy you wanted. Everything is in the moment, and that is how those born and growing up in the 21st century have been able to react to events happening in our time.
All you have to do is look at the different types of comedy throughout the decades, and you can see what would be funny to each generation. Maybe there's a line from your favorite movie that a millennial may have never watched. Or there's a meme from the internet.
What's a meme?
A picture with text from the internet that makes you laugh. Duh.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, show a meme to someone who doesn't quite understand what the meme is actually referencing, and it might actually be offensive.
Tell someone a joke who isn't old enough to remember the situation which prompted the joke, and you probably won't get many laughs. And then you'll have to explain it. And who hasn't done that a million times, huh?
Being aware of what you say when you make a joke or make light of a situation is so important. Knowing what threads different generations together is also important, which is why it's always good to, once in a while, just listen to what your students are saying. You might pick up things you'll have to look up later.
In the next video, we'll talk about being authentic in your emotions. We'll see you there. What?
This meme. Oh, man.
This kid.